A lot of people seem to be mad at Jeff Metcalf, the father of slain Austin Metcalf. I think that they're wrong. Hear me out. Here's a little context and an update about what happened the past couple days. When I told you about the pro-Carmelo rally a couple days ago, on the same day, there was another counter-protest in support of the Metcalf family in Austin. Now, the man who put this protest on is a guy named Jack Lang. He's kind of a race hustler, too, in my opinion. He was a January 6th political prisoner for a while, but he decided to go out here and put this protest on, and here's what happened when he had a conversation with Jeff.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Jake.
Hey, Jeff, it's Jake Lang here. Jeff, first of all, my entire heart rests in your hands. I would be in my position, not even as somebody that knew your son, but somebody that shares the same understanding. I grew up as a 17-year-old young white man too, and I grew up in fear of my life around black people because they were killing and robbing people around me all the time. And I don't understand, as I was a father, you could sit idly by and not condemn the culture that killed your son. There is an epidemic problem in this country, and your voice could be one of the loudest voices in this country, but you've chosen to recoil out of fear and continue the suppression. Why will you not stand with me and with the rest of the people? We're not calling for racial divide. We're not calling for hatred. We're saying 350,000 attacks on white people by black people a year in this country is wrong. Why can't you stand that and say with that? Maybe you can. Would you be willing to stand by me in a press conference or in an individual interview and talk about this issue that is larger than Austin at this point? God rest the beautiful young man's soul that would have been one of our strongest voices if he was still alive today.
Are you done?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, my turn to speak. You are part of the fucking problem, my friend. You're trying to create more race divide than bridging the gap. I do not condone anything you do. You do not have any fucking...
That's called white guilt.
No, let it talk. My son, let me finish. I give you your time. You take my son's face off your website. I am not associated with you.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir. You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness.
Here, you are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
You're being weak. Condemn your son's killer and the culture that caused it.
Hey, Jeff.
That's the problem.
Jeff.
Submitted.
Now, right after that, a lot of people started attacking Jeff, saying that he was being weak, saying that he was kowtowing to this or that. You know, basically running through this type of stuff all over X and social media. Here's the thing people need to understand about this situation, though. Put yourself in the position of Jeff and really put yourself there. Think about what it would be like to be in his shoes. First of all, his son is dead, murdered, less than a month ago. It was just a couple weeks ago. He's got a family to keep together. He's got a marriage to keep together. He's got the twin brother of his dead son he has to worry about. He's got a lot on his plate. Now, since literally day one, he has been trying his best not to make this into a racial issue. Why? Well, a few reasons. One, that's the way that he was taught. That's his culture. That's his religion. He believes in forgiveness. He believes in not creating things into a racial divide. That's okay. Understandable if you understand that part about his personality. But here's the big thing people aren't getting. He has a legal battle that is upcoming right now with this kid and his family who murdered his son. The Carmelo Anthony family and their supporters have gone out of their way since day one to turn this into a racialized issue. Now, already, the Carmelo Anthony defense team is setting the stage to make this into a situation where in court, they're going to claim that Jeff Metcalf is a racist who raised a racist son, and that's why there was an altercation, which means that Carmelo was justified in killing him. They're going to racialize inside the courtroom. Remember what happened with OJ? I bet you Jeff Metcalf remembers what happened with OJ. OJ had a preponderance of evidence that he butchered those two people. He walked because the jury was gotten to by the corporate media who spun this into a racial issue. Literally, jurors came out after the fact and for years wrote books and saying, look, yeah, I knew OJ was guilty, but I let him go because he was black. And the OJ defense team ran with that. That was their entire defense. Does anybody else not remember that? Well, I bet you Jeff remembers. He does not want to see the killer of his son walk free because the defense team for Carmelo is able to go in there and say, look, Jeff Metcalf's character, he's racist. He raised a racist son. Therefore, Carmelo's not guilty. In this country, that is a very real possibility. So what Jeff is doing is very carefully making sure that everything he's doing is showing Christian virtues of forgiveness and togetherness and unity. Now, does the opposing side have a point? Sure. Yeah. But you know what? Jeff Metcalf isn't going to go out there and start ranting like he's on 4chan or pulling up FBI crime statistics. Do you want him to wear a white hood? Can you imagine what the Carmelo defense would do if they could pull up video of Jeff Metcalf railing about interracial crime statistics? Regardless of the merits of those arguments, that is not the position that Jeff Metcalf has put himself in or needs to be in. It's actually really smart what he's doing. Now, the Carmelo Anthony supporters, they are wallowing in their racial hatred right now. They have leapt at the chance to express freely their open contempt, hatred, and desire for violence against the people of a different race that they don't like. All you got to do is go read the comments that are on his crowdfunding campaign. Or a lot of the comments that you'll find under this video, for example. Jeff is working very hard to make sure that the courtroom is not prejudiced by anything that he does that could affect the outcome of the legal case. Now, this is right in line with what the district attorney says, that this court case is going to be decided on the facts and not anything else. Jeff Metcalf is doing exactly what he's supposed to do to make sure Carmelo goes away for 25 to life.